Okay, we're on the air. Yeah, here we go. Number 20, Del Rivers Music Collection. I was going to do something special for number 20. I do a sort of a couple special things, but no, nothing that's going to bowl everybody over yet. We're going to start with a semi-local band. As you probably already know, I used to follow the Chesterfield Kings and a lot of the Rochester bands that stand out, like Foreigner, stuff like that. But there was a band in Buffalo, New York that lasted for a little while, and I became friends with one of the guys from the group because he worked in Pittsford, which is near Rochester, but he was in the Buffalo band. And that group is, if I can get the 45 that I have here, Mystic Eyes with My Time to Leave. That was one of the first singles they came out with. Excellent single. It's got the From Above on the B-side. And members Bernard Kugel, Craig Davison, Eric Loopsdorf on guitar in 12-string. He's the guy that I knew. He was like the melody of the band, the melodic type guy. And Scott Davidson, brother of Craig Davison. And like I said, they were on for a while, and they were on Get Hip Records, which I'm sure you could still get some of their stuff on Get Hip, out of Pittsburgh with the Cynics. Here's the full album that they came out with. Mystic Eyes, Our Time to Leave. And these guys were badass. That Bernard on this side. The guy that I know is on this side. It's above the DJ. That's Eric. That's Bernard on the other side. Here's the back. Use the dollar bill. There's some of the writing. I hope you can read some of this. I don't know. Yeah, just go out and buy it if it's available, or find it. Try to find it. It's really good. All these songs are excellent. It's from top down, and it's a great album. They write a few of them. There's some that are covers. Let's see. I guess some of the cover bands is Human Expression with Calm Me Down. No Reason to Complain by the Alarm Clocks. I'm a Nuffin by the Magic Plants, who I think became members became Left Bank. I'm not sure if that's the same Magic Plants. And then Young Monkey Men. It is a song by them called I Believe You. And let's see, they got a few people helping out on here. I can't pronounce their names, so I'll just let you go with that. And I knew this guy right here, if you can see it, Mad Louie. He was like the Buffalo music collector. He would be like me if I had more records. Very similar. He's into the 60s and stuff. And he knew everything too. He was pretty smart. I don't know what happened to him. I'm not sure what's going on with but I know the band themselves. Eric sadly passed away from cirrhosis of the liver, and the rest of the guys I'm not 100% sure of. I have to look it up or something. But anyway, if you try to find their record, it's worth getting. And the funniest thing is, I was trying to think of something to go with my next artist, which is a national artist. And on here it says, this album is dedicated to Gene Vincent. And see if you can guess who said the same thing on one of his albums. I'll point it out when it comes to it. Okay, I'm just going to switcheroo here. I don't knock everything over. Anyway, I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I have as far as Alice Cooper. Now, I'm a late Alice Cooper fan. And but I do have like about two or three friends that know Alice Cooper, or at least met him in depth and talked to him and everything. So I got a good, clear picture of what this guy is like. He was a son of a preacher, I guess a guy that was into the gospel or whatever, and for some reason it helped him, with his persona. I guess I think that helped out his persona, if anything, which is kind of ironic in rock and roll. Anyway, Alice is about the 5 for 1 grouping which had, this is his first album. He did stuff before this. He was in the Spiders, a group called the Spiders. This is hard to see, but anyway, there's no listing on here. Anyway, there's Alice in there with blondish brown hair. You got Alice with the first album there. The second album, Easy Action. Easy Action, really cool record. And this one's the one that says dedicated to, I think it says it on here. Yeah, they just dedicated a song for Gene Vincent. So that's a connection between them and the Mystic guys. They both like Gene Vincent. Then you had, this one's really good, Love It to Death with I'm 18. Excellent song. Also, Ballad of Dwight Fry, that's pretty popular. Isn't My Body, that's another one, Isn't My Body. Let's see, you got, after that, this one was played heavily, at least amongst my friends. The Killer album by Alice Cooper with Under My Wheels. Under My Wheels is classic. It's used in a lot of stuff. I think it's used in a few movies too, as far as I remember. Oh, and this too. This is like, if you didn't have this album, or if you haven't heard this album and you're like my age, you're missing out on something, buddy. This is the, I wish I had the full album because it actually would open up like a desk. It's Alice Cooper's School's Out. A classic song amongst teenagers today. Never really aged. You'd say the same age with this stuff. School's Out. What else is on there? Oh, School's Out and Gutter Cat versus the Jets. It's kind of like a 50s West Side Story type thing. Just like Blondie, they got one too that's kind of a takeoff on the West Side Story. And we got this one, which I sent away for the double CD, which has got everything on it. $1 Billion Babies. I gotta open this one up a little bit. See, make sure I don't drop anything here. There's Alice, and some pictures, and some cash. Yeah, that's the height of his powers right there. And I gotta take my sunglasses up here. It says, "Hello, hooray, elected." That was a good political song. $1 Billion Babies, which I think features Donovan Leitch. He's on that song, I believe. No More Mr. Nice Guy. That song I've heard it millions of times. I can still listen to it. It's such a great song. Generation Landslide. I've heard that. Then they had the B-sides and stuff on here, like I'm 18, that was included with this. No More Mr. Nice Guy, Dead Babies. Under My Wheels, they put that in the live set along with this Slick Black Limousine. That's really cool. And it had Alice Cooper, Glenn Buxton, Michael Bruce, Dennis Dunaway, and Neil Smith. The freaking Alice Cooper band. And this is this isn't his newest, but this is something that started his new return to excellence. Detroit Stories. There we go. Alice Cooper, Detroit Stories. Really, really good. I missed a bunch of albums in between, like there's Brutal Planet, which is pretty much a classic, and then there's Volume 2 of one of his albums, which, if you hear it, it just blows everything away. It's really good. Detroit, it's got Wayne Kramer from MC5. He makes an appearance on here. And this is the double CD. It has like a live CD of his stuff. Live CD is interesting because he brought back Only Women Bleed. I'm 18, he did that again. And let's see what else. Department of Youth. Brutal Planet, did that as an opening track. And Under My Wheels, he threw that in there too. He's kind of he's acknowledging his roots, I guess. And but in the time period that it came out, I missed a couple of his albums, but I found them on this album. It's from 1987. It's called A Man Called Alice Cooper. And this is on Pear Records. It's a subsidiary of What's the subsidiary of? Oh yeah, Warner Special Products, Warner Brothers Special Products. It has all the cool songs in there that I don't have in the CDs. Like King of the Silver Screen, it's really kind of a Hollywood type thing. You Bangy Stop, the cover of the Warren Smith song. Teenage Lament, number 74, or 1974, 74. Man with the Golden Gun. It was written for the James Bond movie, but it was too late, but he put it on here anyway. Man with the Golden Gun. It's really good. Road Rats. That was done in that Blondie movie, Roadie. He did that in there too, I guess. You and Me. Ballad. Sweet ballad, but I still like it. It's Alice. How can you hate it? And there's probably a couple other ones. But it's not bad if you find it. It's a 2-record set. At least it's on vinyl. You know, it's cool. Okay. Well, it's a short one for today. There was Mystic Eyes and Alice Cooper, who had many other recordings in the middle part of his career that I've missed out on. If I could try to do a part 2 with all the stuff that's left over. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, that's it for now, and next time will be episode number 21. This is number 20. Thank you. Off you go.